of you for coming out today. What a great rally, and so encouraging to see other like-minded pro-life folks out here. I am Cynthia Kallgren, candidate for Congress for the 12th Congressional District. The 12th District stretches from Ann Arbor to Grosse Ile, Dearborn down to the Monroe County line. I'm a small business owner, a lifetime Southeastern Michigan resident, married 30 years and the mother of 4 grown children, and my good-looking husband is over there in this shirt with my name on it. I'm endorsed by Right to Life of Michigan and Citizens for Traditional Values. I am pro-business and pro-life, and I am not ashamed to say I'm pro-life, even in Ann Arbor. Everyone wants more jobs, and of course, all politicians promise more jobs, but government does not create jobs. Business creates jobs. My platform promotes new business and expansion of business. You only need to look around at our cities today and see the correlation. Empty shops, empty factories, empty offices have a direct relationship to the layoff of city workers, police, and firefighters. Government needs to get out of the way of business, overregulation, suppression of our national energy resources, burdensome taxes, massive debt to every American, and my opponent's support, and he was the author of government-controlled health care, including the resulting Obamacare tax. Finally, and most importantly, the protection of life, whether unborn or handicapped or aging, is the foundation of all civilized virtue and value. Lacking respect for life is the ultimate human failure. Prosperity cannot be uncoupled with respect for life. Pro-business, pro-life. I will focus on these platform issues among many for the success of Michigan's return. My opponent for the 12th Congressional District has called his opponents ignorant, inexperienced, and unfit. If ignorant describes my lack of bureaucratic buy-in to crooked and crony Washington ways, I prefer to be ignorant. If inexperience describes my rejection of 57-year-old new ideas that have caused the loss of business in this state, I prefer to be inexperienced. Mr. Dingell and his party chose to blame others rather than take responsibility for this mess. He has never voted for spending cuts and always votes for tax increases on you hardworking Americans. If unfit describes my rejection of partial birth abortion, I will gladly stay in my unfit ways. But with those ways, I will always protect the mother, the unborn, the handicapped, and the aging. I will not protect the old failed ways, but I will protect life. Obamacare will not protect the most vulnerable, and it attacks our religious freedom and rights of conscience. The HHS mandate requires employers to provide medical insurance that includes so-called preventative services at no cost to the patient. Instead, under Obamacare, we must all pay, whether we approve or not. Some of these elected procedures, such as sterilizations, contraception, and abortion, violate the conscience of the very employers who want to provide health insurance for their employees. Our country has long respected conscientious objectors for those who will not fight wars. The same choice should be honored for those who will not violate their conscience regarding payment for immoral medical options, including the $1 per month automatic abortion tax to be imposed on everyone. Thomas Jefferson said, "No provision in our Constitution ought to be dearer to men than that which protects the rights of conscience against the enterprises of a civil authority." If I am elected, I will support the Right of Conscience Act sponsored by Congressman Jeff Fortenberry. These new overreaching government regulations of business are in Obamacare. They are compounding the difficulties of business, slowing economic growth in our country, stopping job creation, and crippling our economy. I need your help, and so do other candidates who will protect our freedoms, especially those guaranteed under the First Amendment of the Constitution, the free exercise of religion. You are needed to talk to your friends and neighbors, make phone calls, knock on doors, write letters to the editors, stand at the polls with signs and literature, and the use of social media to let them know what the who the pro-life and pro-freedom candidates are. Donate your time and money and join us in fighting this battle. And finally, it is time to retire President Obama, Senator Stabenow, and my opponent, Congressman Dingell. As well as others who will restrict our freedoms. Make room for a return to Michigan prosperity under new management, under new ideas. It's time for Michigan to hear a Congresswoman's voice who has created jobs while I built my own business. I'm Cynthia Kallgren. With your vote, let's bring Michigan back to life. Thank you.
So refreshing to hear that coming from a woman politician. We want to hear more of that. Thank you. Okay, another housekeeping announcement.